The Haitian Revolution. You may have heard many different things about this revolution, like how it was the only successful slave revolt. However, you probably haven't heard of the strict caste system that spurred this revolt into an entire revolution. On the island of Hispaniola, there was the French colony of Saint Domingue, and there was also the Spanish colony of Santo Domingo. And in Saint Domingue, there were 4 separate and very different interest groups. The first group is the white European planters, who owned plantations mostly of sugar, but also some additional productions of coffee, indigo, and cotton. The work on the plantations was brutal, with so many deaths that this island had to rely on a constant shipment of slaves from sub-Saharan Africa to resupply them. Oh, and they were rich. The second group was the free people of color, making up a total of 30,000 people. This group was resented for the fact that they were usually more wealthy than the poor whites. They feared the slaves of the islands, but were discriminated against by the wealthy planters. They weren't slaves, and they weren't whites, and they didn't know where to fit in. The third group of this caste system is the poor whites, typically called the Petit Blancs, and when combined with the plantation owners, they made up 40,000 people, more than the free people of color. This group was made up of artisans, shopkeepers, and teachers, and sometimes even owned slaves themselves. They were usually pretty mad about the fact that the free people of color made more money than them. The fourth and final group in this caste system were the slaves, making up a total of 500,000 people on this island. They greatly outnumbered the whites, in a ratio of 10 to 1. Many ran away and formed maroon communities, groups of slaves who decided to form their own institution, typically in the intermountainous regions of Saint Domingue. You may be thinking, how did this caste system fall apart? It seems pretty stable. Well, that's wrong. Once the French Revolution was set into motion and the General Assembly, a meeting of lower classes, passed the Declaration of Rights of Man and Citizens, citizens began to make radical changes in their communities, which transferred over to the island of Saint Domingue. The white planters didn't really like the idea of granting equality to the free people of color, and the free people of color were like, how rude! And along with that, the Petit Blancs were still really mad about the fact that the free people of color could actually be granted equality and make more than them. So, if you have white planters that are mad, poor whites that are mad, and free people of color that are mad, the only thing that can come out of that is a 3-sided civil war. You can check my math on that. This already seems bad, right? Well, the slaves saw this as a perfect opportunity to make a revolution, so they joined in. And what came out of it was chaos, complete and utter chaos. Because of their size and guerrilla warfare tactic, they imposed a serious threat to the French. They were all in a frenzy, setting up perfect conditions for a revolution. As you can see, many different people of different classes believed different views, contributing to the start